A couple things that I like to point out is this super vented. I absolutely love change. And this helmet is awesome from Onewheel. What is happening, everybody on YouTube? Welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm so glad you are here. My name is Scot Mendenhall. We are going to use this Onewheel helmet. I've yet to wear it. We're going to talk about that through this video and use that to illustrate an idea. I'm currently, I don't know if you know what a VCR tape is. Let me help you. This is a VCR tape right here. It's vintage, like so vintage that I'm sure so many of you don't even know what those are. I'm taking those vintage VCR tapes and I'm importing them onto my Apple computer that I might be able to illustrate my point of today, which is things must change. You can't constantly do the same thing and expect different results. That's what we're talking about today. And did I just sound like Canadian or Minnesotan? Man, I'm from Minnesota, that's why. I absolutely love Minnesota, just so you know. And when we're talking about this equation, 2 + 2 = 4. Every time, it doesn't change. Even when people, I know there's a group of you out there that says sometimes it can equal something different. I've heard that. Come on, seriously. 2 + 2 = 4. If you want to change the equation, the answer 4, you got to change the other numbers. It's the same thing in life. You got to change what you're doing to get different results. If I was putting out videos that I created in 2001, well, it would look a lot like this.
So Scott, if you can get the angle on the bees here, we're gonna go ahead and give it a whack.
Did you whack the bees?
Get 'em.
Just hit the bees!
I'm gonna hit them. I need you. You on them?
Yeah, go. Close to me, dude. You're gonna miss.
All right, we got a broken bat here. We're taking on 2 more in here. Let's see what happens.
Grab it off with your bare hand. You're the man! Go for it.
One, I just wanted to put in there that somebody called me the man once upon a time in my life. But that video, the quality was horrible. It was an 8mm video camera running around with just straight zoom in. There's no like mind or presence on the cuts or the angles that we were doing. It was just capturing the deal. At the time in 2001, sad fact, was like top-notch home video stuff, editing in between 2 VCRs and stuff. We have progressed so much further than that. I think that if we were to put things like that on YouTube today, it would be laughable. It would be like, this person isn't serious at all. Let's take this to another thought, but let's unbox this helmet that is from Onewheel to actually help illustrate my point of, man, change is good. It shouldn't be frowned upon. This is, if you want the technical in real life term, it is the S1 Lifter Retro Helmet. Much easier to just say it's the Onewheel helmet, it's the retro helmet. Absolutely love change. And this helmet is awesome from Onewheel. It snugs. I want to talk a little bit about this and the change of the helmet and does it keep my head warm? I love change. We just got a fresh dousing of snow here in Minnesota and I thought I would try the helmet out, change it up a little bit from my normal ski snowboard helmet to the new Onewheel helmet, which I love. I love a white helmet. All of my other helmets are black, so a white helmet is really nice. I like the retro look to it. I don't have any helmets that look like that. It reminds me of the helmets like in the 70s the motorcycle guys used to wear.
Evel Knievel did these back in '73 in LA. Here goes Travis Pastrana.
So I really think it's a cool look. I just don't know if it works for me. If I didn't take the risk to get it, use my Christmas money to purchase the retro helmet, and I didn't take the risk to, what if I look like a fool while wearing it? Which I might. You might be writing down below going, bro, just stay with me. The black helmets, it looks so much better. But there is a risk in change, but what I have learned about change, I've learned a few things about change, and I want to give that to you as we're in the new year and you might be trying to change a few things. So let me get to a spot where I can stop and kind of focus on what I'm saying. change, it's the great momentum changer. It changes the momentum for you. If you need momentum in your life, in business, in health, in making better decisions in your life, change one thing which brings momentum. Momentum is natural energy flowing in the direction of which you want to go without having to create that energy. One of the great dangers in change and trying to make things better in our lives is that we think we need to change everything in one shot. One fell swoop, I've got to get rid of all soda I can possibly drink because that's, after all, one of my New Year's resolutions. I want to eat better, so I'm going to cut out all carbs. And sometimes you have to make drastic decisions like that because of health reasons. But if these are natural goals that you're setting up in your life, take one step. Over time, small decisions and small habits that we form make the big moments in our life. In case you missed that, small decisions added up over time make the big decisions. It's not the small little decisions once make the big difference. It's cumulative. It adds up. So what is one thing that you can change today that might be little, that in 5 years from now, you'll see the results of it? Could you imagine for a second if I was still making the same content that I made in 2001? the shaky 8mm, which is now making a comeback as creativity and just a style, but really that was the only option I had then. If I was still making that content that I was making today, it wouldn't be able to tell the stories that I'm telling today. Like today, I'm conscious about lighting and what aperture I need to be in, my ISO, and all these things that I've learned over the years. And what I have learned has changed the way I see things, which then changes the way I tell the stories, which changes the way you digest it, the way you take the information in, because I was willing to pay the price over the last several decades, to almost 2 decades of video editing, to get better at it, to tell better stories, to be able to teach other people something. That's my hopes today. Even if it was about the Onewheel helmet, I am creatively trying to think of a way to illustrate the new helmet, which is spectacular, by the way. If it's on your list, you should probably get it. I don't know the size of my head, but that's a large. It might be a little snug, but I like it. I don't know if it's supposed to be super snug or kind of snug. I feel like if I go up a size, it just wouldn't work. Even as I bring up the Onewheel helmet and talking about change, I'm really just trying to tell a better story than just a talking head on change. I really think whoever you are, brand new to the channel, clicked on it because you wanted to learn about the Onewheel helmet, I hope that today I've inspired you to make one small change in your life for the better. Maybe it's save your money so you can buy a Onewheel. Make small changes today that the future you would be very grateful that you made those changes for. As I look back over my video editing in the last decade and a half, I'm so grateful for the past version of me that read books, watched videos and tutorials on how to be a better storyteller. I really was pleasantly surprised with the retro helmet. I like the look. I like the vintage look that this presents. It really does look like you're riding a motorcycle from the 70s. A couple things that I like to point out is it's super vented. It's got holes on the top and the back and the front. And with 19-degree weather out there, I didn't feel it one bit. So that was super, super nice to not be able to have to worry about my head freezing at all. It's super lightweight. And really, if you're looking for something that's going to make people go, man, that's a different helmet, this is it. There aren't that many white helmets out there. If you're still watching, would you subscribe to the channel? We are telling the best stories we can in the tundra of Minnesota, and we are always changing the way we tell these stories. We want to inspire you right where you are, at work, at home, driving home, riding the bus, the subway, whatever you're into. We want to inspire you in this. What does love require you to do? Because it always does require us to do something if we genuinely are going to love people. So subscribe, give us thumbs up which says you like what we're making, and would you share this with somebody? I think this is a shareable little piece of content to people to maybe inspire them to make a great change in their life, and great meaning one small thing today. The future version of them will thank you for sharing this video.